Hi everyone, it's Robin and welcome back to Happy at Home. Today is Thursday, which means it's time for another Thrift Store Thursday. But unfortunately, I did not go to the thrift store this past week at all. Not even one single thrift store. It was a busy week and I just decided I didn't need to go shopping. So instead of showing you the new items that I've picked up, I thought I would give you a tour of my living room today. I think I'll do it vlog style. Show you the items that I have purchased in the past, and then show you how I've updated them and how I'm currently using them. So, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll give you a little tour of the space. So here is my dining room area at the moment. Sorry the lighting's not the best today. It's a little cloudy and then sunny and cloudy and sunny. So I just don't know what I'm going to get at any given time. And then over here is my living room area. So let's go ahead and start at this little desk area in my dining room. I normally have a basket under here, but I repurposed that, so I need to find something else to fill up that hole. But this desk here I found at the thrift store. It was this dark walnut color, and I repainted it. I think I purchased it for about $12.99. And I just love the desk itself. It's got a lot of really nice detailing all the way around. And then I love the curved drawers and everything like that. So I just thought it was really, really pretty. I originally bought it for my daughter, but then she decided she didn't want to use it. So then I'm like, well, I'll take it off your hands. So then I moved it out here into the dining room to use as like a display space. So the drawers I have, like this side is like all office supply stuff, and this side is like decorative items, napkin rings, a lot of candles, that sort of thing. So on top of it, I'll show you the runner here. I absolutely love this runner. I found this at the thrift store, probably 5 years ago, and it's one of my favorites. I just think it is so pretty, and I love that it hangs down the side, and I think it was under $5. And then this basket was a recent find for about $2 or so, and all the bottles inside and the book were all thrift store. The flower stems are from Michael's. And then moving on to here, this I just have sitting there right now. I need to find something to put on it, but that was also from the thrift store for $1.99. That was recent. And then the lamp over here, the shade is a recent find. I think that was about under $5. And then the lamp base itself is something that I've had for a really long time, and I've painted a couple different colors. I've had it at least 10 years, I think. So it works well right now. Its current state is a creamy color. Alright, so then moving on from the desk, I have a set of these armchairs right here. I've got one here, and then I have another one over here. And both of them were purchased at the thrift store. I got both of them for $24. And I've had these for a really long time. I think I picked these up at Salvation Army. But they were a dark walnut color also, which I painted white and then distressed a little bit, like as you can see. And then the color was not right for what I wanted. So I made a slipcover out of a matelassé coverlet. And underneath you can see it's like this tan color. And I just have the slipcover kind of on here like this. And as you can see, I'm not even finished. I still have like little stick pins, quilting pins, holding it on because I'm supposed to put some Velcro on there. But, you know, I made these covers, I would say like 8 years ago. And they're still in the same state, but they stay on really nice and they look really nice, so I haven't bothered to finish them off. So that's the way that one looks, and then this one over here is the same looking thing. Alright, so then we move on to the Hutch. The Hutch is from IKEA, which I have had for years and years and years. I can't even remember the last time I don't remember how long ago, at least probably 10 years. It's starting to show some wear, and down below I really need to do something about this because it's so cluttered, but that's for another day. So most of the items On the shelf are thrifted items that I have gathered together. And then so is this birdhouse up on top. I found it. It was like an ugly green color, and I gave that a coat of spray paint. And then I was just playing. I'm starting to think about moving up my decor to fall items, but it's a little early. But I threw that up in there just kind of see how I liked it. So that may be a little surprise sneak peek of what's coming for fall on the Hutch. Alright, and then moving from the Hutch, I have this little spot in the corner over here at the top of the stairs. And this is where I have put a little shelf. This shelf I picked up not too long ago at the thrift store, along with the basket and this basket down here. The shelf itself was like $10, and I think it works perfectly for this space. The top crate, as you can see, is my purse crate. And then everything underneath it is just like a whole bunch of like random things that I find around. And the purse covers it up until it gets too full, and then I have to empty it out. So that's my system. And then this crate here, or I'm not, sorry, this holds our library books that need to be returned or we're currently reading. And then there is some space at the bottom for a couple pairs of shoes, which are not supposed to make their way up here, but they always seem to anyways. The basket here, I think that was $2 at the thrift store, and this one was $6.99. I love this one so much. I think it's a really cool shape, and I like the little handles. Alright, so moving on into the main part of the living room. Let's see, we'll start on the floor. This rug was a recent, like one of the last couple of weeks I found this rug. It was $19.99 at the thrift store, and I thought it was perfect. I love it so much. I've been wanting one in here for a really long time. Ed was thrilled to find it. This basket here I've had for a year or so, maybe not that long, and I believe it was $4.99. And I think it's awesome because it is huge. It's got a darker tone to it, which I love. So, and then up on the coffee table itself, I get a lot of questions on this coffee table. It is something I picked up at the Junk Bonanza in Minneapolis. Oh, I want to say like 6 years ago. I think it was like $30 or so. I've always wanted to maybe cut it down a little bit because it's a little high for a coffee table. But now I've had it here for so many years that a shorter coffee table would feel silly to me. So I'm just kind of leaving it the way it is. And then sitting on the coffee table is this wood bowl that I picked up. It was $4.99 at the thrift store. I think I just picked this up in like early June. You would have seen it probably in my, what do you call it? My fun finds and favorites for June and July. And I just have it filled with some hydrangea clippings at the moment. And then, let's see, let's move on to this sofa behind it. It's a nice long sofa. It is very old. Right now I just have it covered with a few quilts because I need to sew a slipcover for it. There's Shelby girl. So I found this sofa at a church sale, I think 3 years ago. And for the first couple of years, I used this fabric because it worked perfectly for my summer decor because I have a lot of this blue and this lime green. But everyone else in my family thought it was really ugly. I loved it because it's very retro. I believe this is, I found a tag on it somewhere when I first brought it back, and it was 1979. So it's a very old couch, but it is in really good condition. The cushions themselves are really sturdy still. I love that it's nice and long. So I'm a tall person. I can lay on it and my feet don't touch the end. And it's just perfect for me. So in the last year or so, the fabric is starting to split in some areas, which is only to be expected. So in the meantime, until I can get a slipcover made for it, which is this winter's project, I just have it covered with some quilts. I have a white quilt on it, and then I layered another colorful quilt over the top of it, and then added some cushions and a little Shelby girl taking a nap, and I think it works out pretty well. So above the sofa I have this faux barn door that I made and a hydrangea wreath that I made, but on either side of the barn doors I have a set of cast iron candle sconces. These I found at the thrift store. They were $6.99 each, so about $13. And I gave them a coat of paint because I didn't like it was like a rusty brown color, and that just doesn't work for my decor. But I gave it a coat of paint and then I distressed it to bring out that base color, and I love it so very much. So I have one here. And I have another one over here. So those are, I like those a lot. And then above the barn door is this eagle that I've purchased this at a flea market this spring, and I love it so much. My kids are like, seriously mom, you're hanging that on the wall? But yeah, you would have saw that also in my June and July favorites. Alright, so then we'll move on to this corner hutch. This was the steal of the year for me last year. No wait, 2 years ago. 2 years ago I purchased this at the thrift store for $20. It was like an oaky yellow color, so of course I gave it a paint job. I kept the original hardware because I kind of like them, and then of course I gave it some distressing, just a little bit of distressing, just to make it not so stark white. So that is awesome, and I absolutely love this piece. It works perfectly for the style that I want, and it works perfectly in this corner. It like made the room as soon as I put this in the corner. I was so pleased with it. So on top of the hutch I have my soup tureen collection, all of which have come from thrift stores. I cannot remember how much they were, but I never spend more than $10 on a soup tureen. So you can see I've got quite a little baby collection of them up there. And then inside the hutch I have a lot of china. Everything in here has been from a thrift store. I don't really buy anything at the regular stores when it comes to decor items. So yeah, over time I have collected all of this, and I think it's awesome, and it looks perfect in this hutch. So down below I keep a lot of my linens, a lot more of my plates and china that I have collected. So I have three nice shelves that are completely full of stuff. I have a bit of a plate problem if you haven't noticed already. Alright, so this sofa over here is also from the flea market. I spent $20 on this one also. I originally purchased, the lighting is terrible, I'm so sorry. I originally purchased it to go out onto my covered porch, and we used it out there for a couple of years, and then last winter I'm like, you know, I really wish I had another couch in here. So I brought it in and it's working perfectly. I will show you the pattern on it. This one has been, there's the pattern on it. Not exactly my cup of tea, and this thing has really disintegrated. I don't know if you can see this. It's like just breaking everywhere. So I'm in the process of making a slipcover for it right now. It's about halfway done, but for now I have just a matelassé coverlet hung over the majority of it, and on the ends I have some little baby blankets that I had to just give the whole thing a crisp white backing. So that is how I'm using that right now. Those two pillow cushions are both from IKEA. They're just really nice, and they have the little detailing in the middle. So I really like that. And I really like the sofa itself. This is normally where Shelby is sleeping, but she got kicked off of it because she was chewing at my pillow covers. I'm like, what are you doing? I kicked her off there. So she moved real far over to there. Yeah, such a spoiled little dog. Aren't you? Were you chewing on Mama's cushions? Were you? Yeah, you're too cute, I know. Alright, so we have one little more section over here And I'm kind of in the middle of redoing it right now, but the painting on the wall was something that I found at the thrift store. I do not know how much I paid for it, but I really loved it because it had the nice limey greens and the blues in it, and it just reminded me of the river that we go to when we go to the cabin. So I don't think I paid more than $6. It's kind of normally my cap for anything at the store, artwork wise, about $6 or so. I feel that that's a reasonable price. Alright, so then moving on, this fan I found at the thrift store, and the jars I found at the thrift store. Well, everything on this table I have found at the thrift store. The tray itself was $1.99. This little jar thing was, I want to say this was $3. The books were 25 cents each, and this jar is from our previous house that had been left behind by the owners. So I brought it with me, and I love the little etching on it. So I need to go to the garden and get some flowers cut for this. But anyways, so yeah, this little display is all from the thrift store. And then I have, for a side table, I am using a vintage sewing cabinet. It was a wood color, which I gave it a coat of white paint, and then as you can see, I distressed the edges, and I think it just brings out the prettiness of the actual piece. Here, let me give you a better view. There you go. And I think it works really nice for a side table. I do not remember how much I paid for this one, but I want to say it was only like $10, $11, because that's normally what they run at my thrift store. So I was very happy with this. It used to be in my bedroom as a side table for on my husband's side of the bed, but I recently moved it out here. Alright, so underneath the table I have a large basket. I think it's supposed to be for like faux plants and stuff like that. But I like having baskets around. Sometimes I'll throw blankets in, sometimes pillows. Right now it's just kind of like a catch-all for items that I have found at the thrift store. Like this wall sconce that I have yet to find a place to put it. So right now I'm just stashing it in this basket underneath. And this was $2.99 at the thrift store. Alright, so that is it for me today. Sorry, I feel like this whole time I have been talking, I've been like out of breath. I don't know why. It's like really hot in here, and I don't know why. It's really humid outside and really hot out today, but I'm just like out of breath. I think it's because I've been talking so much. I don't normally talk this much in a row, if that makes sense. But anyways, so hopefully you enjoyed this video today. I hope you did. Please let me know down in the comments today if you like this style of tour for those days when I don't have any thrift store hauls to share with you. I know in the past a few of you have asked for shop with me videos, and I've done a few of those. I'll make sure that I do some of those in the future also, as another alternative for when I don't have anything new to share with you. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this idea, and if you want to see more of them. Yeah. See, I'm out of breath. I don't know. You guys are making me nervous today. I think it's the vlog style. So anyways, I see I'm like out of breath. What is my deal? I think I'm nervous. That must be what it is. I'm like not quite sure if I'm doing this right. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Alright, so that is it for me today. Thanks so very much for taking some time to spend with me today. I appreciate it. And I will see you again next week. Bye now.